Hello and welcome to Kyle's Kitchen. Today I have my daughter back from college for a little break, Kendra Schwarz.
Hi.
And we're going to be talking a little bit about what college has been like for you so far later on in the show. What we're making today is ginger lime soup, which is a recipe that came with my Dutch oven when I bought that. And I've always made it in the Dutch oven, but you could probably make it in a regular pot. But once I got used to that Dutch oven, I use it all the time. It's kind of a complicated recipe, but we like to bring you variety. Some of our recipes are really simple, and some are a little bit more complicated depending on your level. What's your level, Kendra?
Easy.
Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be a tough one for you. Yeah.
Microwave level.
Okay. Well, you haven't had to cook for yourself yet in the dorm, so.
Right, no. I made ramen once. It didn't turn out very well.
In a microwave,
Yep.
yeah. All right, well, what the ingredients are, and I've already made the broth part because it had to steep for 60 minutes, and I didn't think you wanted to hear us just chit-chat for 60 minutes, so I made it ahead of time. But it is 12 cups of chicken broth, and if you want to, you can use reduced sodium chicken broth. It is a third of a cup of finely chopped ginger, and if you use fresh ginger, or, you know, they have some really good fresh ginger in bottles now, but if you use fresh ginger and you grate it, which is what I did, I don't want to insult anybody, but I didn't know until like 5 years ago, then you could freeze this, and you just put it in a freezer bag and keep it in your freezer, and then you can use it as many times as you want, you know, because you're probably not going to use this whole thing right in one recipe. And then a third of a cup of fresh lime juice, and I squeezed some limes. Then we're going to take 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and then 2 pieces of lemongrass smashed. Sometimes you can find this in the herb section of the produce. I couldn't find it this time, so I bought this squeezable kind, which is really kind of nice because you don't even have to smash it. It's already smashed, and so we put that in there. So I combined all those ingredients into my Dutch oven over there, and then it cooked for like 5 minutes. It boiled, and then it steeped for 60 minutes, and then you strain it to get rid of some of the ginger and the lemongrass. If you're using fresh lemongrass, you strain it through fine mesh, and then you just set it aside. Then the next step is we're going to take 8 ounces of shiitake mushrooms. Now, it called for the small ones, but you know how it is with mushrooms. Sometimes of the year you find some, and sometimes you don't. These are the large ones, so I just cut them up. It did say stems removed, and we're cooking them in the tablespoon of olive oil or cooking oil, whichever kind you would like to use. And while those are sautéing for about 5 minutes, I'm going to have Miss Kendra go over to the sink and get some water hot, and she's going to take the Chinese noodles. We're using chow mein stir-fry noodles. But in the Chinese, the Asian section of the grocery store, you can find a lot of different varieties. It really doesn't matter. And you're just going to soften them, and then what we're going to do is snip them and cut them later after they get soft. So while she's doing that, we're going to go back over to the stove, and we're going to take a cup of carrots that have been shaved, and then about 1/4 of a cup of scallions that have been chopped, and we're going to add that to our simmering broth that was already strained again in the mesh. And since they're chopped so fine and shaved, you don't need to cook them very long. We're just going to cook them about 5 minutes while our mushrooms are getting done. It's a really, it's a light soup because it's mostly just chicken broth and then your shrimp and vegetables. And, you know, it does have the noodles in there, but it's one that my family likes, right, Kendra?
It was really good. I was really iffy about it at first.
It also has some more healthy ingredients that we're going to add later on too. It has edamame and tofu and sugar snap peas, so we're going to add all those in a few minutes too. And we've already shelled our shrimp, which we're going to take it takes about 2 cups of shrimp, but you can add more if you want. We're going to let those sit a little bit longer while we talk about your college.
Oh, okay.
So you go to Otterbein.
I do, Otterbein University.
And it's about the same size as Mount, for anybody that doesn't know the size.
They played Mount in October.
And what do you
We got beat.
Yeah, you did lose.
Yeah, but what's new? Mount's good.
You didn't go there for the football team, right?
Did not go there for the football team.
You went there for broadcasting?
Yes,
That's
and
weird.
yeah, I know, isn't that weird? I know, it's really out of the ordinary for my family, but they have a really good broadcasting program for a small school, and they have really good opportunities. Like this past fall quarter, I got to do an internship at a hospital with a Lifetime series, for a Lifetime series, and it was this production company out of LA that came, and it's called One Born Every Minute. And what they did was they followed families throughout the hospital and the birthing process, and it was really interesting.
Would you like to have your birth on that?
No, I would not.
No.
It's not pretty. It's not a pretty natural thing that happens.
But
it's
it'll be a really good series.
Yeah, and it was really good. It's a really good experience. I got to meet executive producers of like The Office and The Buried Life, and just really cool people. So it was really good.
All right. Well, back to Otterbein. The nice thing about a small university is you get to start working there right away. You don't have to just take your courses like.
Right.
I
got
you
to
don't
do
get into broadcasting.
this practicum, and it's where you had to get 25 hours. And you had to do, they had to do their news, and you had to go to football games and tape stuff, and so it was really interesting. And they used to Sony Anycast, like we do.
Which is unusual because not that many places have a Sony Anycast.
Yeah.
And lucky you, know
I
how to
know.
use it. That's what we used to tape our shows. Anything that you see outside of our studio, that you see different cameras, we use a Sony Anycast. So we use that for Kyle's Kitchen. If you watch our Scrapbooking by Lisa, or if you watch our Artist for a Day, those are all done with the Sony Anycast, as well as our live production of basketball games, Top Gun, football, those type of things. So
Yeah.
you got that experience.
Yes, I did.
All right, so how are our noodles coming here? Oop, they're not quite soft yet. Why don't you put those in the microwave for about 2 minutes?
Okay.
And that'll help soften them up a little bit too. So we've got this simmering over here, and our mushrooms are basically done. So we're going to go ahead and add the other ingredients because they all have to cook a few minutes. Once you get everything cut up and chopped and prepared, it really doesn't take that long to make it. This is extra firm tofu. I'm not a big tofu person. I don't mind it in Chinese soups and stuff, but I like it a little firmer. So I bought the extra firm, and then I just cut it into little squares. So we're going to put that in. And then we're going to add, if you can hand me the edamame. Those are soybeans as well. And the snow peas, and I took the ends off of those. And then
the
the shrimp.
I'm like your sous chef.
Yes, you are.
Yep.
Just like home, huh?
Yeah.
So we're adding the shrimp. And as you can see, it's really colorful, it's pretty, it's very healthy. Now we can add in our mushrooms because they're just saute them a little bit. And it all blends together very nicely. When our noodles are done, we're going to cut those into little pieces, add them to this, and we're going to go right over to the test kitchen and let some of our crew try our ginger lime shrimp soup. And all I could get in my test kitchen were girls to try this. Guys are
They're bold.
Yeah, they want to try it. You know, it's got a lot of different ingredients, but just eat what you like. We've got Abby, Zaina, and Macy. And go ahead and try this, girls. Had you ever tried tofu before, any of you?
I have.
Have you ever eaten, I mean, in hot and sour soup, it's one of the
Yeah.
ingredients. It's in a lot of different stir-fry things. Do you like Chinese food, Zaina?
Yes.
You're a big piece of
Does
shrimp.
it sound
I know.
Chinese, or does it sound Chinese? Does it taste Chinese?
Kind
A little bit. Because the ginger and the lemongrass. What about you, Abby?
I was a little sketchy, but I like it.
You were sketchy about what parts? Oh, you don't like peas or mushrooms.
Yeah.
That's
I
why
want
you
you to
eat around it.
try the shiitake mushrooms, because even Kendra, who doesn't like mushrooms, likes these mushrooms.
I just tried them. I don't like mushrooms either. They're not too bad.
Okay.
That's right, Macy.
What about the rest of it? Do you like the broth part and the shrimp?
Yeah, the shrimp is really good.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for helping out today,
You're welcome,
Kendra.
Mom. My
Thanks
pleasure.
for being brave girls who tried it. No offense to the boys. All right, and you can find this recipe on our website and Alliance City Schools, and then go to Clubs and Activities and find Kyle's Kitchen, and you'll find the recipes. And if you have any questions, you can also call us here at the high school at 330-829-2245. And we want to thank you for watching Kyle's Kitchen today.